Lions here at home. And once again, with the great defense here, that has not stopped here for the Lions. Brianna Pretty picking up the loose ball here off the missed shot by number 11 of the Fanshawe Falcons. Maddie Bishop finds Pretty. Pretty back to Legacy Blackbird, veterans of this Lambton Lions team. Has quite the new squad here for this year, has 7 new players, but still many veterans returning to the lineup this year. A nice inside pass by number 7, Sydney Deliri, with the finish. Now Legacy Blackbird finds Simone Wilson here, and Pretty drives in, and they're going to call a foul here on the Fanshawe Falcons here to start things off. Currently a tie game, 2-2. Brianna Pretty at the line to shoot 2 here for the Lambton Lions. And what a season she had last year for the Lambton Lions, just adding on to her resume as she makes both free throws here. Coming off last year, OCAA Player of the Year for Brianna Pretty, and a CCAA All-Canadian, who she is the only the second Lion in school history to do so. Off the missed shot here by the Falcons and out of bounds. Lions will take possession here. And what has been a special night so far, a special couple weeks here for the Lambton Lions, getting inducted into the Sarnia Sports Hall of Fame last Friday. The entire 2023-2024 team, along with its coaching staff, getting inducted into the Hall of Fame last Friday, and tonight kind of a capping off of sorts of the celebration from last season and all that they accomplished with the banner ceremony here as the Falcons bring it down the floor here. Number 7 with it, no good on the shot attempt here by Sydney Deliri. Brianna Pretty picks up the loose ball here. Shoot and 2 here for Brianna Pretty. Her first points of the game here this evening against the Falcons. So far so good for these Lions, leading 6-2 here. And tipped by Morgan Goffrey here into the hands of Maddie Bishop. Now to Legacy, and out of the rim here, picked up by Morgan Goffrey. Maddie B for 3, in and out. And Pretty in the post trying to pick up the rebound. Ashley Anderson picks it up though for the Falcons. Deliri now bringing it down the floor for the Falcons. Slow start so far here for Fanshawe on offense. Gets tripped up on the play, and they're going to call it out of bounds here, and Lions ball. As Layla McKenzie tried to drive inside, and a substitution hitting the floor here for the Lions. Number 4, Farrah Blackbird, who is the sister of number 12, Legacy Blackbird here. Farrah, a new addition to the team. A recruit nearly picked away here by the Falcons. And a violation here. 8-second violation here by the Lions. Couldn't get it across half court in enough time. Great defense here by the Falcons. As I was saying, Farrah Blackbird, sister of Legacy Blackbird. Janine Day coached her in high school and at WDSS and in club ball. Taking a couple years off school, and is a decorated lacrosse player and across many sports as well. We are glad to have her here on the Lambton Lions squad for this season. Nice recovery here by the Lambton Lions. Simone Wilson finds Legacy to her sister Farrah for 3. No good on the shot attempt. Picked up by number 14, Michaela Howard of the Fanshawe Falcons here. Renee Matt with it, trying to get around Farrah. Tripped up on the play. They're going to call a blocking foul here on Farrah Blackbird. And a couple substitutions coming in for Fanshawe. Number 12, Karen to break. As well as number 2, Edith Esme. Inbounding here for the Falcons. Quick catch and shoot by number 3, and they're going to call a foul. An and one opportunity here for number 12, Karen to break, who just came back in. And she's going to try to convert on a 3-point play here. It is still 6-4 here for the Lions, but they can cut this lead down to 1 here in the early going of this first quarter. And to break, capitalizes on that 3-point play, cuts the lead down to 1 here for the Lambton Lions. Goffer with a long pass, finds Farrah Blackbird on the other end of it. Farrah to her sister Legacy, and now to Maddie Bishop. Maddie trying to work the perimeter here, trying to find a way inside. Great defense here by the Falcons. Brianna Pretty catch and shoot. No good on the 3-point attempt as the shot clock was winding down. And now to break with it for the Falcons here. Nearly loses it. Does Renee Matt, and a fight for the ball here. They're going to call a jump ball awarded to the Lions on this one. Joanna Smith checking in, number 0 for the Falcons, and as well as number 11, Jamie Stahlbaum. Falcons keeping it close here in the early going. Maddie Bishop inbounds to Brianna Pretty. Pretty to Farrah Blackbird. Legacy with a long 2 and puts it down here for the Lions. It's her first points on the board here this evening for Legacy. Now the Falcons trying to get it across half court here, and they do so. To break to number 0, Smith for 3, but no good on the attempt. Maddie Bishop. Bishop finds Pretty on the end in the corner and puts it in. Brianna Pretty doing what she does best. Brianna Pretty had a great game against the Redeemer Royals last week, scoring 22 points, 9 rebounds, and getting 4 assists. What a start for Brianna Pretty, and a steal to her credit for tonight off that turnover. And Pretty with the rebound now off the missed shot by Goffer. Kicks back out to Legacy. Now Maddie for 3, but no good. And they're going to call it off the hands of Goffer here. To break, set to inbound here for the Falcons as Simone Wilson checks back in for the Lions. Legacy Blackbird going to take a seat for the time being. 4:46 left to play here in the first quarter. Lions lead 10-5. All of a sudden, Lions break out into a bit of a run here. As soon as the Falcons broke down that lead to 1, Lions now up by 5 here. 7 seconds on the shot clock left here. Maddie Bishop, nice steal. Farrah Blackbird picks up the loose ball here after the steal by Maddie Bishop. Pretty to Simone Wilson in the corner, thought about it, went in instead, is now double teamed here in the paint. And they're going to call a foul here on the Falcons. Number 2 draws the foul, Edith Esme. Number 14, Madison Fink, checking in here for the Lambton Lions. A first year here for the Lambton Lions. Standing in at 6'4" is Madison Fink. And out of bounds here off the Lions. Madison Fink from Blenheim High School, grew up in the Chatham area playing club ball. And in grade 11, she played for the London Jewel team, and last year played on the Windsor team. But this is her first time in post-secondary here. And number 22 also checking in here for the Lambton Lions, Sawyer Fisher. And if that name sounds familiar, it's because last year we had Brett Fisher, number 14, on the team, and what an addition she was. Sawyer serving out her final year of eligibility, wanted to come play here at Lambton after playing 4 years at the OUA level And a big three-pointer here for the Falcons, but no good on the attempt. Sawyer with the rebound, and a a foul called here on the Falcons. Lions are going to keep possession. The Falcons are going to have possession here. 3:50 left to play here. Lions still with a 5-point lead against the Fanshawe Falcons. Smith inbounding here for the Falcons. Number 11 with a deep three, but no good on the attempt. And a second chance here, gets her own rebound, does Stahlbaum here, and no good on that attempt. Picked up by Maddie Bishop now of the Lions to Pretty. Pretty drives inside, finds an open lane off the glass, a little bit too much. And Sawyer Fisher there in the thick of it, trying to grab that rebound here for the Lions. And now number 14 checking back in, Madison Fink. Now Maddie Bishop set to inbound here for the Lions. Bishop finds Sawyer Fisher, but is tipped by the Falcons here. Back into the hands of Maddie, though. Less than 10 seconds left on the shot clock. Pretty trying to drive inside, find a lane, and she draws a foul instead. Foul on Joanna Smith here of the Falcons. That'll be the third team foul here for the Fanshawe Falcons, and Brianna Pretty back at the line to shoot 2 free throws here for the Lions. Made her first 2 and misses her third attempt here at the free throw line. And Pretty makes the fourth attempt. It is 11-5 now for the Lambton Lions, as we have Legacy Blackbird, number 12, checking back in for the Lambton Lions to break. Inbounding here for the Falcons. Falcons trying to come back here off this run that the Lions have gone on to break. Passes it out to Smith for 3 and drains it. That's a huge shot for Joanna Smith. And the Falcons here to cut this lead down. 3:02 left to play here in the first quarter. Nice find by Maddie, and no good on the shot attempt by Sawyer Fisher. Maddie Bishop for 3, in and out. And Simone Wilson there with the rebound. And she's going to draw a foul. I believe that foul is on number 24 here for the Falcons. And Maddie Bishop inbounding here to Madison Fink. Finds Simone Wilson. 10 seconds on the shot clock here. Wilson finds a lane, has some contact. No good on the attempt to break here with the rebound for the Fanshawe Falcons. And stolen away here by Maddie Bishop, and the Lambton Lions finds Legacy Blackbird. 2:30 left to play here in this first quarter here on home opening night here for the Lambton Lions as they try to defend the Den here in the Battle of the 402. What a start here for the regular season. In the Den, Maddie Bishop with a long 2, no good, and they're going to say off the hands of the Falcons. And the Lions are going to retain possession here. Substitutions coming in now for the Lions. Number 4, Farrah Blackbird, and number 13, Morgan Goffer, checking back in here. 2:17 left in this first quarter. Bishop set to inbound here. Great coverage here by the Fanshawe Falcons. Finds Farrah Blackbird. Simone Wilson thought about it and put one up from 3. Gets her own rebound. Nice second chance opportunity here for the Lions. Bishop to Wilson. Time winding down and no good on the attempt. Bishop fighting for it, and she saves it before it goes out of bounds. Legacy to Simone Wilson. Third chance opportunity here. Nice find to Morgan Goffer. A little bit too much off the glass and into the hands of the Falcons here. Number 14, Michaela Howard. Trying to pass it around the perimeter. Shanti Senton with it back to Smith here. 9 seconds on the shot clock here. Tries to float one up and over to Ashlyn Anderson, but no good. Out of bounds here. Layla McKenzie, number 10, checking back in for the Fanshawe Falcons here with a minute and a half left here in the first quarter. Lions still up 11-8 against the Fanshawe Falcons, but the Falcons have done a good job trying to cut down this lead, and they draw a foul now. Morgan Goffer with her first foul of the game here. They're going to send number 15 to the line to shoot 2 for the Falcons. Brianna Priddy checking back in, number 11 for the Lambton Lions, as Ashlyn Anderson, number 15 of the Falcons, has a chance here to cut the lead down to 1 as she makes her first attempt here at the free throw line. Just before the end of this first quarter here, Falcons keeping it a close one here. And she makes both. That cuts the lead down to 1. Lions still lead 11-10 here against the Falcons. Time winding down here in the first quarter. Maddie Bishop with it now, finds Brianna Priddy. Priddy to Legacy Blackbird. Blackbird finds a lane, kicks back out to Goffer for a long 2 and puts it down. Just as soon as the Falcons start to build some momentum and get some points on the board, Lambton seems to always find a way to put something up on the board against them. And final minute winding down here in the first quarter. Great defense by Maddie Bishop. Loose ball picked up by Brianna Priddy. Lions lead by 3 here. And Legacy with a long 3. And that puts up the lead now to 16-10 against the Falcons. 36 seconds left here in the first quarter. And tipped away here, and they're going to call a foul. Call a foul on number 13, Morgan Goffer. That's her first foul now, and now Sawyer Fisher checking in for Goffer as she's going to take a seat. And the Falcons set to inbound here with 31.4 seconds left here in the first quarter. Great defense by Farah and Sawyer in the paint here. Number 7, Sydney Deliri, kicks back out to number 23, Senton for 3, no good on the attempt. Sawyer picks up the rebound. Sawyer to Brianna Priddy, time winding down. Brianna floats it over to Legacy, finds Farah. Farah to Priddy, less than 10 seconds here in the first. Farah finds Priddy and no good, and that's going to be an over and back here. And with 0.9 seconds left here in the first, the Falcons are going to try to do a quick catch and shoot here. Lions still lead 16-10. Quick inbound here, back to 14, couldn't get a shot off. Did Michaela Howard. As we close out the first quarter here on opening night, Lions lead 16-10 in what has been a celebratory night so far as we celebrate the accomplishments of the Lambton Lions in the 2023-2024 season, being able to win a provincial championship here at home as we hosted the OCAA Final Four earlier this year in the final game against the Algonquin Wolves, in which the Wolves were undefeated all season long and came into that final against the Lambton Lions here at home court, picking up a huge win and the first gold medal here for the Lambton Lions. A huge 78-56 win against the Algonquin Wolves, which secured their trip to nationals in Lloydminster, Alberta earlier this year, which they made it all the way to the finals and nationals. And it was a close game right up until the end of the fourth quarter. However, the home team, the Lakeland Rustlers, able to pick up national gold on their home floor. However, the Lambton Lions walking away with a huge silver medal on the national level, and we celebrate that here tonight. 2 banners being put up here in the Lions Den to celebrate those accomplishments. Team stats from last year were absolutely ridiculous. They finished with the best regular season record that they've ever had, winning 14-2 last season. Starting off this season 1-0, trying to make it 2-0 against the Fanshawe Falcons here this evening. So far, so good here for the Lambton Lions as they are up 16-10 against the Fanshawe Falcons here at the start of this second quarter. Renee Matt. And they're going to call a travel here on the Falcons to start things off here in the second quarter. Lions set to inbound. Maddie Bishop finds Legacy on the inbound. Legacy Blackbird finds Simone Wilson. Simone Wilson finds a lane, gets cut off, passes back out to Morgan Goffer. Pretty with a long two. They're going to say no good on that one, but however, second chance opportunity here for the Lions. Bishop to Pretty to Simone Wilson as time winds down here on the shot clock. Wilson tries for the extra pass and collides with a player. They're going to call a foul here on number 10, Simone Wilson. Her first foul of the game, and the Falcons going to take possession now of this one. Deliri out of bounds here, and they're trying to determine which way it's going, and they're going to say it's going the Falcons' way on this one. Kayla Howard set to inbound here for the Fanshawe Falcons. Howard finds number 7, Deliri on the inbound, back to Renee Matt here. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Lions doing a great job defensively, and Brianna Pretty gets in the middle of that pass. Going on a fast break opportunity, even with a defender on her, is able to put one in off the glass for Pretty. That's 5 points so far for her this evening. Or excuse me, 9 points. And the Falcons still looking for an answer. Lions still lead 18-10 here in this second quarter. Number 7 with a long three, no good on the attempt by Sydney Deliri. Rebounded though a couple times here by the Falcons. Number 3, Renee Matt, back into the hands of Deliri. Shot clock winding down, 4 seconds left here. Deliri puts up a shot and then no good, into the hands of Brianna Pretty. Pretty on a fast break, kicks back out to Bishop. Maddie Bishop finds Morgan Goffer. Goffer to Simone Wilson. And now back to Bishop here. Legacy with a long three. In and out on that attempt and into the hands of Sydney Deliri for the Falcons. Michaela Howard back to Renee Matt. Matt finds number 15 in the post, Ashlyn Anderson, and she draws a foul here. I believe that foul is going to go to number 13, Morgan Goffer. That'll be her second here early in the second quarter. And now Ashlyn Anderson at the line to shoot a couple free throws here for the Lions, or excuse me, for the Falcons. And makes her first. Ashlyn Anderson went 0 for 2 in the game last week against the Mohawk Mountaineers. However, she puts her first 2 down here against the Lions this evening. Bishop to Pretty now. Pretty finds Simone Wilson and is blocked by Ashlyn Anderson here of the Falcons as she tried to put up an attempt here. Lions still lead 18-12. Maddie Bishop set to inbound here for the Lions as we get a substitution here. Cassandra Newcomb coming in. Another new addition here for the Lambton Lions. Inbound to Pretty, to Legacy now. Legacy tried to float it over to Pretty. Couldn't get a handle on it. That one's going to go out of bounds. Cassandra Newcomb in the backcourt here as the Falcons inbound. Cassandra Newcomb played club ball until grade 8 for the Wildcats in Chatham. Great athlete that can play multiple sports, and Janine Day was familiar with her, playing against her in high school sports. A newcomer onto this Lions squad as the Falcons put 2 points on the board here. Great finish here by Fanshawe. That cuts the lead down to 4 here for the Lions. Newcomb to Maddie Bishop. Maddie Bishop finds Simone Wilson. 10 seconds on the shot clock here. Simone to Legacy. Legacy step back, no good on the attempt. Picked up here by Michaela Howard. Smith finds number 7, but is blocked by Pretty Deliri. Tried to put one up, and Pretty right in her face with a huge block. Brianna Pretty with a long 3 and puts one in. And just as I said earlier, as soon as the Falcons seem to build some momentum on offense here, the Lions come back strong. Pretty with a big 3, and now the Falcons trying to answer with a 3 of her own. And they're going to call a jump ball here, awarded to the Lions. Lions now lead 21-14. Pretty with 12 points to her name already. Still with 6:16 left to play here in the second quarter. Sawyer Fisher coming in, number 22 for the Lambton Lions, as well as Karen to break, number 12 of the Fanshawe Falcons. Pretty with the ball now here for the Lions, finds Farah. Farah trying to get around the defender. Nice moves off the glass, no good on the attempt. Into the hands of the Falcons here. Number 8 trying to drive inside. And they're going to call a foul here on Maddie Bishop. That'll be her first foul of the game. As the Falcons get set to inbound here, number 14, Michaela Howard, inbounding it to Edith Esme. Back into the hands of Michaela Howard to break to number 8, and no good on the attempt for Mira Cicerelli. Cicerelli now with it. Great job defensively by Pretty, puts her down to a knee. 6 seconds on the shot clock here. Howard had to put up a shot, now a second chance opportunity here for the Falcons. Cicerelli trying to drive inside and is met by Sawyer Fisher. Sawyer Fisher just grabbed that ball out of her hand. They're going to call a jump ball here, awarded to the Falcons. And now Morgan Goffer going to check back in here for the Lambton Lions. Newcomb going to take a seat. 5:17 left here in the first half of this game. Lions still lead 21-14. So far, the Falcons have not been able to lead at any point, and to break with a quick catch and shoot here from three-point range, in and out. Pretty now with it for the Lions. Pretty drives in, had 2 defenders on her, and she draws a foul. Brianna Pretty going to shoot 2 here, the foul on number 14, Kayla Howard of the Fanshawe Falcons. So far, Brianna Pretty is 3 for 4 here from the free throw line this evening. And misses her first attempt here in the second quarter. And Pretty makes her second. Now to break, and the Falcons looking for an answer. Falcons have only been able to put up 4 points so far here in the quarter. Trying to drive in, tipped away by Pretty. That one going way out of bounds. As Esme was trying to find to break on the other end of that pass, and we're going to get a timeout called here as we reset. Lions lead 22-14 here against the Falcons. Lions taking their first timeout of the half. I spoke with Janine Day a few weeks ago before the start of this regular season, and I asked her, after all that was accomplished last season, what is the new theme for this season, as she mentioned a theme for last year. And she said the new theme for this year, with 7 new members to the squad, is progress. And she mentioned too that she thinks that the end goal can be the same, absolutely, but there has to be some progress along the way. And so far, the Lions have been looking great here at home, coming off a huge win on the road last week. And so far with the lead here against the Falcons, has looked great on both ends of the floor here on offense and defense. Was awarded last season with the best defensive team in the West for the 2nd year in a row. And they are showing why here tonight here against the Falcons. 5 seconds left on the shot clock here. Esme needs a quick catch and shoot, and no good. Couldn't get a shot to go here, 24-second violation. And number 14 checking back in here, Madison Fink for the Lions. As Brianna Priddy set to inbound here to Maddie Bishop. Bishop finds Farrah Blackbird. Farrah over to Priddy. Priddy, Madison Fink setting up the screen here for Priddy and banks it in. Great job by Priddy, set up by Madison Fink off the screen. Falcons still looking for an answer here in the first half, and stolen away now by the Lions. Great job on defense. Priddy with a quick catch and shoot. Caught it and shot it in midair, and no good on that attempt off the front of the rim. Quite the athletic feat though by Priddy. Edith Esme with it now for the Falcons. Falcons looking to put some points on the board here, and no good on that 3-point attempt by Joanna Smith here into the hands of Farrah Blackbird for the Lambton Lions. Farrah Blackbird trying to get around Edith Esme here, and does so. Almost found a lane to work with here to drive to the hoop. Bishop now to Goffer. 10 seconds on the shot clock here. Back to Priddy. Time winding down, 4 seconds on the shot clock. Bishop put up a shot and no good. A 24-second violation now. Oh, they're going to call a foul at the end of that play, just as the seconds were winding down. A costly mistake here by the Falcons, giving Bishop an opportunity to put some points on the board here for the Lions. And a couple substitutions coming in now for the Falcons. Number 23, Shanti Senton, as Bishop gets set here to shoot 2. And that's good. She makes good on her first attempt at her first trip to the free throw line here this evening. Puts the Lions up by 11, 25-14. 3:27 left to play here as Bishop converts on the second. Now Simone Wilson, number 10, checking back in here for the Lions. It's been quite some time since the Falcons have putting some points on the board here, and they're going to call a foul here on Brianna Priddy. That'll be her first. As the Falcons get set to inbound now, number 12, Karen to break. Falcons only putting up 4 points so far here in this second quarter against the Lions. Nearly stolen away by Priddy. Number 7, Deliri back to Tabrake. Tabrake drives in, tries to get around Fink, and they're going to call a foul here, I believe, on Madison Fink. Karen Tabrake set here to shoot 2 for the Falcons, and she misses her first attempt at the line. But makes her first as Maddie Bishop checks back in here for the Lions for Priddy. 3:11 left to play here in the first half. Lions lead 26-15 as Maddie Bishop finds Legacy Blackbird on the inbound. Sydney Deliri all over her coming up across the half-court line. Maddie Bishop now with it for the Lions. Bishop finds Morgan Goffer for three and puts it down. A huge three for number 13, Morgan Goffer. And now the Falcons still looking for an answer here, and they're going to call a foul now on number 14, Madison Fink. Sending Joanna Smith to the line to shoot two here for the Fanshawe Falcons. And she puts her first one in. So far, the only points on the board put up by the Falcons this quarter has been from the free throw line. And Smith is good on her 2 attempts at the line. Bishop to Goffer now on the inbound. Goffer finds Legacy. Legacy is double teamed here, but Legacy gets out of it. Legacy finds Maddie Bishop. Thought about it from three. Simone, though, did not hesitate from three-point range. Madison Fink fighting for the ball in the paint. They're going to call a jump ball here awarded to the Lambton Lions. And I can see Janine Day signaling to the coaches and to the bench she wants to use her final timeout here of the first half. Lions lead 29-17 here in the first half of this home opener for the Lambton Lions in the battle of the 402 against the Fanshawe Falcons. Falcons so far haven't really been able to get out of the box here in the second. Defense has been incredible on the Lambton Lions' part. And Lions already back on the floor, ready to go. 19 seconds left on the clock here for this timeout, called by head coach Janine Day. As the Lions are getting ready to inbound here against the Falcons as they hit the floor now. 2:26 left to play here in the first half. Maddie Bishop set to inbound here for the Lambton Lions. Lions inbounding, finds Madison Fink. Quick catch and shoot here, no good on the attempt. And they're going to stay out of bounds here off the Falcons, and now the Lions going to get another opportunity here. Bishop set to inbound once again. Bishop finds Legacy Blackbird. Quick catch and shoot for Legacy, and that goes in here for number 12 of the Lambton Lions. Nice opportunity here for the Falcons. And Joanna Smith putting up some points now for the Falcons. Their first points here, and double teamed on Legacy. And all of a sudden here, the Falcons getting some momentum back as they get a steal on the other end of the floor before the Lions could even get it across half court. Number 23 battling against Legacy and is able to put one in. Shanti Senton with the finish here for the Falcons. Now Bishop and the Lions looking for an answer. Falcons have cut the lead down to 10 as this one goes out of bounds. Still Lions ball. Lions ahead 31-21 with 1:34 left to play here in the first half of this game. Maddie Bishop finds Brianna Pretty. Pretty to Bishop. Bishop with a long two in and out into the hands of Ashlyn Anderson here now to break. To break, trying to go with a long pass here to number 0, Joanna Smith. And they're going to say last touched here by the Lions. Great job on defense, forcing that one out of bounds. Joanna Smith set to inbound here for the Falcons. Floats it over to number 15, Anderson. Kicks back out here. Smith now with it. and finds number 15, who is triple teamed in the paint here. And they're going to say 3-second in the key here. Turnover here by the Falcons. And the Lions going to have possession here with 1:10 left here in the first half. In the Lions' home opener here this evening as we celebrate all their success from last season, winning provincial gold and national silver. And trying to kick off the start to the season here at home, right against a win with the Falcons here as the Falcons drive in. No good on the attempt. Bishop picks up the loose ball here for the Lions. Bishop to Pretty in the corner. Tried to bank it in. No good on the attempt. Joanna Smith there with the rebound for the Falcons. Joanna Smith to break. Finds Sydney Deliri. Time winding down here in the first half. Nice spin move by Senton. No good on the attempt. Pretty now with it for the Lions. Pretty to Bishop. Bishop for three and puts it in. A huge three for Maddie B here at the end of this first half. And the Lions lead 34-21 as she emphatically hits it out of bounds. What a statement by Maddie Bishop at the end of the first half here. The Lions lead 34-21 as we head into halftime here. We will be back shortly with some more OCAA women's basketball action. we are back to start off the second half between the home opener of the Lambton Lions against the Fanshawe Falcons from London, Ontario, here in the Battle of the 402 to kick things off here in the Den. And so far so good here for the Lambton Lions as they're looking to defend the Den for the first time here in the OCAA regular season. They are up 34-21 entering this second half here this evening. And what a first half we had. Brianna Pretty putting up 17 points along with 6 rebounds and 3 assists as a steal right away here for the Lambton Lions. And Maddie Bishop, number 2, with 7 points, 1 rebound, and 2 assists to her name as Bishop just passed it to number 12, Legacy Blackbird, here for the Lions. Lions Legacy driving in, no good on the attempt, is double teamed in the paint here. Lane closed off by the Falcons and now picked up here by number 7. Nice move to get around Simone Wilson. Sydney Deliri with the finish here for the Fanshawe Falcons. Falcons struggled on offense here in the second quarter. For a majority of the quarter, the only points that they had put on the board were from the free throw line until a last-second shot at the end by Joanna Smith to close out that second quarter for the Falcons. And a jump ball here. Lions retain possession. Maddie Bishop set to inbound here for the Lions. Floats it over to Goffer, who's wide open around the rim and out into the hands of Sydney Deliri here for Fanshawe Falcons. For the Falcons, number 0, Joanna Smith put up 7 points with a rebound, and Ashlyn Anderson, number 15, with 6 points and 2 boards to herself. And no good on the shot attempt by Renee Matt of the Falcons, and picked up here by the Lambton Lions. Simone Wilson with it now for Lambton. Simone Wilson finds Legacy Blackbird on the pass. Nice screen by Pretty. Shot clock winding down. Maddie Bishop, 5 seconds left on the shot clock. Bishop, step back, long 2, and and it's good for Maddie Bishop with that long 2. Her foot just over the line. Number 14 now with it, Michaela Howard. And a long 3 here for number 7, Sydney Deliri. No good on the attempt. Brianna Pretty now with it for the Lambton Lions. Pretty finds a lane, drives in, draws a foul instead. We're going to call the foul here on number 3, Renee Matt of the Fanshawe Falcons, as we have a couple substitutions coming in. Karen to break, number 12, and number 2, Edith Esme. For the Fanshawe Falcons, as Pretty gets set here to shoot 2 from the free throw line, makes her first here in the second half against the Falcons. Increases the lead at the moment. And her second attempt good as well. Lions up 38-23 here in the early going here of this third quarter. To break now with it is double teamed here by Legacy and Simone Wilson. Ashlyn Anderson, they're going to say out of bounds, last touch by the Falcons here, and Bishop and the Lions going to pick it up. And a full court press here now by the Falcons, looking to increase their defense here against the Lions. Pretty is double teamed here, and they're going to call a double dribble on Pretty as they're trying to get it across half court here. Number 20 coming in now, Gianna Turin of the Lambton Lions, as well as number 13, Morgan Goffer, checking in as well for the Lions. Howard finds to break off the inbound. To break, trying to get around Legacy. To break finds Howard. Shot clock winding down here. A long 2 put up and put down by number 10, Layla McKenzie, for the Fanshawe Falcons here. The Falcons cut the lead here. Pretty finds Goffer, now to Bishop all the way on the other end. Maddie Bishop, once again Goffer for 3, and Goffer puts one in. A huge three-pointer for Goffer. That increases her point total here tonight to 8 as the Falcons look for an answer. Drives in. And now a second chance opportunity here for the Falcons. Three-point attempt, no good by Esme. And now picked up by Pretty here for the Lions. Lions still ahead here, 41-25. Gianna finds Pretty. Pretty is blocked by number 15, Ashlyn Anderson, standing at 6'2", above Pretty. Puts up a shot, Edith Esme, no good on the attempt. Pretty now bringing it down the floor once again here for the Lions. Pretty finds a lane, drives in and gets tripped up on the play. Nice sportsmanship shown here by the Falcons, helping Pretty up. They're going to call a foul, I believe, here on number 14 of the Falcons. That'll be her third of the game. As Farrah Blackbird checks in now for the Lambton Lions. As Pretty gets set here to shoot 2 from the free throw line. Some early foul trouble already here for the Falcons as Pretty makes her first attempt at the line here on this one. Number 14, Michaela Howard of the Fanshawe Falcons with 3 fouls to her name. 6:11 left to play here in the third. Pretty misses the second attempt but rebounds her own shot. Legacy with a long 3 off the back rim here and into the hands of the Falcons to break. Trying to find an open person here, finds Joanna Smith. Smith to number 11, Stahlbaum. Nearly loses it, shot clock down to 10 here. Maddie Bishop and the Lions doing a great job on defense. Floats it over. And a last second shot attempt by number 11, Jamie Stahlbaum. Puts one in for the Falcons here, is able to get around number 20 of the Lions in the post, and Pretty driving in. Thrin for 2. Her first points of the game and her first points as a Lion here in the home opener. Turin, of course, a newcomer, and with that, the Falcons answer. Number 11, Jamie Stahlbaum, with the finish off the glass here for the Falcons. And they're going to call a jump ball here. And now Sawyer Fisher checking in. We're going to get a timeout called here first before Sawyer could get introduced into the game. Lions calling their first timeout here of the second half of this one against the Falcons. Lions up 44-29 against the Fanshawe Falcons. So far, a great start here in their home opener for the Lions. And I asked Janine Day a few weeks ago what their mindset is coming into this season, both coaches and as a team after all their success from last season, being defending provincial gold medalists and making all the way to the final game of nationals and getting a silver medal there. And she mentioned that they did lose a lot of key people, but it's nice to have 4 starters back, which is huge to have that experience both on and off the court. However, the most telling thing that she mentioned to me is anytime you win in any sport, teams are going to have their best game for you. So I think that's what we're going to have to expect, in that teams want to beat us, but we will be ready. And so far, they have been ready for the Falcons here tonight as we inbound now for the Fanshawe Falcons to break out of the timeout called by Janine Day, their first here of the second half. Edith Esme with it now. Great job on defense by Legacy. Nearly goes across the half-court line. Four seconds left on the shot clock here. Falcons having to do something with it. Not sure if the shot got off. It looks like it had off the rim and into the hands of the Falcons. Great job by Legacy fighting for that ball, and a jump ball called here, awarded to the Lions. Maddie Bishop set to inbound here finds Farah Blackbird on the inbound. Farah with a long pass to Sawyer Fisher, in and out of the hands, and to break there, picking up the loose ball here for the Falcons. To break, trying to get around Legacy. Number 23, Sedton now with it for the Falcons. Esme to break and nearly over and back here, but Stahlbaum with the save. Shot clock winding down once again here for the Falcons off the rim. Second chance opportunity. Finds number 11, Stahlbaum. Great defense here by the Lions. Trying to save it from going out of bounds. And they're going to call Lions ball on that one. Great job by Farah, forcing it along the sideline there, making it out of bounds. And now Maddie Bishop set to inbound for the Lions. Legacy now with it. Legacy to Maddie and the Falcons. Trying to prevent it from getting across half court. Lions able to do so. Nice pass attempt by Farah into Sawyer. Loose ball picked up by Farah though. Now back in the hands of Brianna Pretty with 5 seconds on the shot clock. Legacy for three and no good off the front of the rim here. And the Falcons fighting for it in the paint. Stolen away by Sawyer Fisher. Puts up a shot. And now back into the hands, rebounded here by Legacy. And another opportunity on offense here, and a little bit too much sauce on that pass by Farah Blackbird to Maddie Bishop. Goes out of bounds. This third quarter has flown by. 3:13 left to play here. A couple substitutions. Morgan Goffer checking in. And number 21 for the Lambton Lions, Lauren Smith, sees her first minutes here at a home game against the Fanshawe Falcons. They're going to call a foul here on number 13, Morgan Goffer. That's her third foul of the game. As the Falcons set to inbound here. Edith Esme finds Smith. Back in the hands of Smith. Number 7, who just checked in here, Sydney Deliri, and is good on the shot attempt, finds the lane. A nice finish for her and the Falcons here, trying to get back into this one here in the third quarter. Brianna Pretty trying to get it across half court, nearly stolen away. Pretty to Goffer, nice pass as she drove in, and Goffer able to finish it and put it in here for the Lions. A long pass by the Falcons here, and is successful on that attempt. Jamie Stahlbaum with the finish off the long pass, and now Pretty and the Lions looking to answer here against the Falcons. Maddie Bishop finds Lauren Smith. Lauren Smith back to Pretty, nearly stolen away. And they're going to call a foul here on number 2. That'll be her second foul for Edith Esme, and a couple substitutions coming in. Simone Wilson, number 10, checking in, as well as Madison Fink, number 14 for the Lions here. And Legacy Blackbird also coming back into this one. .206 left to play here in the third. Lions still up 46-13. Simone Wilson finds Legacy Blackbird on the end of the pass here, floats it over to Goffer in the paint. Goffer trying to get around 2 defenders, no good on the attempt. And Simone Wilson fighting for it, passes it back out to Bishop, who grabs it at the top of the key here, and now finds Simone Wilson. Wilson kicks back out to Legacy. 5 seconds on the shot clock here. Bishop to Simone. Simone's got to put up a shot here, and there is a shot clock violation here for the Lambton Lions. Great job on defense here for the Falcons, and a substitution coming in. Ashlyn Anderson for the Fanshawe Falcons off the shot clock violation here for the Lions. Shanti Senton gets the inbound here for the Falcons. Joanna Smith back to Sydney Deliri. Minute 26 left here in the third quarter. Falcons still trying to close this gap that the Lions have built. Shot clock winding down. Nice job by Madison Fink to get a hand on it. Now into the hands of Legacy Blackbird, over to Maddie Bishop. Maddie Bishop finds Legacy once again off the pass here. Simone Wilson now with it, 7 seconds on the shot clock. Final minute winding down here in the third. Fink passes it out to Bishop for three and banks it in at the last possible second to avoid the shot clock violation here for the Lions. Great find by Fink and finish by Maddie B for three for the Lions, bringing that lead up to 16 here against the Fanshawe Falcons as they look to answer here to try to close out this third quarter, and does so. Joanna Smith with a huge three to answer back to the Lions here, and she was even trying to tell the ref afterwards that there was a foul. Long pass to Goffer by Bishop, no good on the attempt. Deliri picks it up here. Less than 10 seconds to go here in the third quarter. Falcons looking to finish strong with one final attempt on offense here. Nice spin move and no good on the attempt by Shanti Senton. And after three quarters, heading into the fourth, the Lions lead 49-36 here against the Fanshawe Falcons. And what a third quarter that was, especially in the closing moments here, the last few minutes of that third quarter. Back and forth for the Lions and the Falcons. The huge three by Maddie Bishop, answered back by Joanna Smith of the Falcons. And this should be quite the fourth and final quarter here in the home opener for the defending provincial champions, the Lambton Lions, coming off a win last week against the Redeemer Royals. Already 1-0 to start off their season. Falcons looking for their first win here this evening against the Lions, as they came off a extremely close loss to the Mohawk Mountaineers on the road in Hamilton, losing by just 1 point. So you know they want that one back here tonight against the Lions. So we've seen a number of new players hit the floor here for the Lions this evening, getting their first few minutes as a Lambton Lion. And the Lions already back on the floor, ready to go to start this fourth quarter. And here come the Falcons as well. As we get set here for the fourth and final quarter here this evening. Don't go anywhere. Shortly after the conclusion of this one, we will see OCAA men's basketball action as the men's Lions team kicks off their home opener against the Falcons shortly after this one is concluded here this evening. And now the Falcons with it here to start this fourth quarter against the Lions. Falcons trying to close the gap here. Sawyer Fisher with the rebound though for the Lambton Lions to start things off. Bishop finds Legacy. Legacy Blackbird gets around the defender, finds the lane, but is quickly closed off here. Simone Wilson with a long three, no good on the attempt. Legacy grabbing the rebound though for the Lions. Legacy back to Simone Wilson to Maddie Bishop, nearly stolen away here. 8 seconds on the shot clock. Maddie Bishop, no good on the three-point attempt. Picked up here by the Falcons. A long pass, nice find inside. Number 14, Howard finds finds Renee Matt in the paint. No good on the attempt by Matt here. Second chance though for the Falcons as it goes out of bounds. Michaela Howard set to inbound and finds number 15 in the paint, who is triple teamed. I don't even know how she got a hand on that one on the inbound. Still goes out of bounds once again here. And the Falcons retain possession here. Howard inbounding, finds Renee Matt. Matt back to Howard, out of the hands here of Senton. And they're going to call a kick ball here on Simone Wilson. Turnover here. And number 10 checking back in here, Layla McKenzie for the Falcons. Howard inbounding here to number 7, Deliri. McKenzie with it. 7 seconds on the shot clock here, and a deep three put up here by number 7. And they're going to say out of bounds. Last touched by the Falcons here. Legacy set to inbound, finds Simone Wilson. Falcons have upped their defensive game here ever since the start of this second half here this evening, and now Maddie Bishop with it. Sawyer trying to set a screen. Maddie Bishop for 3, no good on that attempt. Into the hands of Michaela Howard. Now Sydney Deliri to Layla McKenzie here. Falcons still trying to find some points here in the fourth quarter. They're going to call a foul here. Lions retain possession here. Number 12 checked in now for the Falcons. Karen to break here as Maddie Bishop set to inbound for the Lions. Finds Goffer in the paint. And they're going to call a foul on the inbound. Number 14 for the Falcons. That'll be her 4th foul of the game for Michaela Howard. She will take a seat for the time being. And Joanna Smith checking back in now. A long inbound. Sawyer Fisher to Goffer. Goffer for 2. No good on the attempt. Legacy, nice tip there to Morgan. Now Bishop to Legacy. Legacy for 3. Sawyer picks up the rebound here for the Falcons. Drives in. Grabs her own rebound here, and the Lions still fighting to put some points here on the board in the fourth quarter, and that one's going to go out of bounds. Awarded to the Falcons. Karen to break now, bringing it down the floor here for the Falcons. Layla McKenzie finds Smith. Great job on defense here by the Lions, closing down every opportunity. Karen to break here for 3, no good on the attempt. And they're going to say out of bounds. Last touched here by the Lions. Farrah Blackbird going to check back in here for the Lions. And a substitution as well for the Falcons, number 11, Jamie Stahlbaum for the Falcons. Smith inbounding here to Senton. Senton to break for 3, in and out, and Brianna Purdy grabs the rebound on that one. Farrah now with it, and is double teamed here by the Falcons. Nearly stolen away. Farrah dives on it, but it is stolen away. Karen to break, tries to find Smith on a breakaway. Nearly goes out of bounds though, had to save it. And just like that, the defense built back up here for the Lions. And the Falcons needing to regroup here. Smith now with it, drives in. No good on the attempt to break now. Trying to drive in, and she just steps out of bounds here. And they're going to say Lions ball here off the turnover. Number 2 checking in now, Edith Esme for the Falcons. 6:46 left to go in the fourth quarter here. Still scoreless between both teams. Both teams still looking for some points. Pretty with a long pass to Goffer here. Goffer back to Pretty. Maddie Bishop now with it at the top of the key. Trying to set a play here. Legacy, 8 seconds on the shot clock. Finds Pretty on the inside. No good on the attempt. In and out. Picked up by Layla McKenzie here for the Falcons. Tipped away. And they're going to say last touched off by Brianna Pretty. Falcons keeping possession here on this one. Joanna Smith inbounding here. Layla McKenzie, quick catch and shoot. No good on the three-point attempt. Smith picking up the rebound and can't get out of the paint here, is double teamed. Great job defensively here by the Lions. And a 3-second violation here, turnover by the Falcons. Lions looking to take advantage here. Lions still ahead 49-36 here against the Fanshawe Falcons. To break, nearly loses it. Out of bounds. And I believe they're going to call a foul here on number 12, Legacy Blackbird. That'll be her third foul. Legacy with 3, Morgan Goffer with 3 fouls to their name as well, to their names as well. Trying to drive inside, and they're going to call a foul here, I believe, on Brianna Pretty. That'll be her third foul as well. Jamie Stahlbaum at the line to shoot 2 here for the Fanshawe Falcons. And puts it in after a bounce here. Does Stahlbaum, number 7 in Sydney Deliri here for the Falcons as well. No good on the second attempt. And they're going to say out of bounds. Last touch by the Lions here. The Falcons going to keep it. Falcons, nice find to Deliri in the corner. To Layla McKenzie at the top of the key for 3, and no good on the attempt. Pretty fighting for it, and they're going to call a jump ball here, this time going the Lions' way. Lions still ahead 49-37 here against the Fanshawe Falcons here in their home opener. Trying to go 2-0 to start the regular season. Bishop finds Legacy on the inbound. Maddie Bishop trying to get it across half court. Nice defense here by DeBrake, but even better, spin move by Maddie to get around. Maddie for 3, in and out, and Legacy with the rebound, trying to do the extra pass to find Pretty, but intercepted here by the Falcons. Edith Esme finds Deliri. Deliri for 3, and around the rim it goes and puts it down. Nice finish by Sydney Deliri, cutting this lead down to 9 here against the Lions. Lions up 49-40 now against the Falcons off the huge 3 here for Fanshawe. Maddie Bishop and Goffer. And the Lions trying to answer back. Nice find to Legacy on the inside for Goffer. To break to Deliri now for the Falcons. Layla McKenzie trying to drive inside, and they're going to call a charging foul here against McKenzie. And Pretty on the floor here for a bit. I heard her say she's okay. She slowly makes her way back up off the floor. Number 0 checking in, Joanna Smith now for the Falcons. As well as number 20, Gianna Thurin for the Lions here. Bishop to Legacy. Back to Bishop here as they try to get it across half court and do so just past the halfway mark here of this fourth quarter. Bishop finds Legacy. 8 seconds on the shot clock here. No good on the three-point attempt picked up by Edith Esme here of the Falcons. Lions now up 51-40. And number 11 in and out, banks it in. Jamie Stahlbaum with the finish for the Falcons. Legacy to Pretty. Pretty with a long pass to Bishop. Bishop from the free throw line, no good. Turin trying to grab the rebound, no good on that attempt. And Fanshawe looking to recover and does so. Nice finish by Edith Esme. And a timeout called here by Janine Day and the Lambton Lions as the Falcons cut the lead to 7 here in the fourth quarter. Lions have been leading all game long, and now all of a sudden the Fanshawe Falcons coming back late here in the fourth quarter with some offense here against the Lions, putting some pressure on them as the Lions looking to go 2-0 to start their regular season. Falcons looking for their first win here of the regular season after a tough loss on the road to the Mohawk Mountaineers. However, Lions still up 51-44 as the Lions look to regroup here. Lions now only have one timeout left here in the second half of this game. The Fanshawe Falcons still has all 3 of their timeouts to use as they see fit here in the second half. Falcons making their way back on the floor here. 4:02 left here in the game, which is apropos here in the battle of the 4:02 this evening between the Lions and the visiting Fanshawe Falcons. Maddie Bishop to Simone Wilson off the inbound. Simone Wilson immediately double teamed here by the Falcons. Bishop to Simone as they get it across half court. And Simone, no good on the pass to Goffer. That one goes out of bounds here. And the Falcons with a chance here to cut this lead down even further. Inbound from Sydney Deliri to Joanna Smith here. Smith back to Deliri. Back to Howard here. And they're going to say a travel called here on Deliri. A costly mistake here by the Falcons as they're looking to try to get back into this one against the Lambton Lions. I would imagine for any team in the OCAA, it would be quite the feather in the cap here to get a win over the defending provincial champions and silver medalists on a national level, the Lambton Lions. Pretty with a long 2 and puts it in for Brianna Pretty, the All-Canadian from last season. And now the Falcons looking for an answer. Joanna Smith puts up a shot here, in and out, and is rebounded by Senton and is collided, I believe, here with Legacy. And we'll see what they decide here. Substitution coming in, Karen to break here for the Falcons. Falcons have possession here. Joanna Smith set to inbound. Smith finds Stahlbaum off the inbound. Stahlbaum to break. Back to Stahlbaum in the paint and is defended here by Pretty. Deliri with it. 5 seconds on the shot clock. Off her foot. Nearly rolls to break with a long 3. And no good on that attempt. And is rebounded here to break once again with a shot and no good on the attempt. And they're going to call a foul here on Legacy. That'll be her 4th foul of the game. And now number 4, Farrah Blackbird checking in here for the Lions. Legacy frustrated here, as you can see, heading back to the bench here. 2:45 left to play here in the fourth quarter. And it is tense here in the den as the Falcons trying to mount a comeback here against the Lions here late in the fourth. Lions still ahead here by 9 against the Falcons. And a little miscommunication between the bench and the refs here. And we're gonna reset this here. And the Falcons are gonna set to inbound here. There we go. Finds number 14, Michaela Howard. And they're gonna call a travel once again on Howard. That's twice for her in a short amount of time here for the Falcons. Another costly turnover here. Now Pretty to Bishop. Lions trying to stay in this one. Pretty with it now for the Lambton Lions here. 2.5 left here in the fourth and final quarter of this one. Pretty drives in, extra pass to Goffer, and no good on the attempt. A little bit too much on that one, and Karen to break with the rebound here for the Falcons. To break, finds a lane, drives in, and draws a foul. And I believe that's going to be on number 13, Morgan Goffer, and now that's her fourth foul of the game. Karen to break here to shoot 2 for the Falcons, trying to cut this lead down to 7 and makes her first attempt at the free throw line. Morgan Goffer now with 4 fouls to her name is in a bit of foul trouble here. Goffer now set to inbound to Bishop. Bishop to Goffer. Goffer with a long pass to Farah and is stolen away immediately. Karen to break now with it for the Falcons. To break around Maddie Bishop and is now rebounded here by Farah Blackbird. The Falcons all over the Lions here. Trying to steal this one back. Lead cut down to 7 here. Lions lead 53-46 with 1:58 left here in this game. Bishop inbounds to Farah. However, the Falcons are right in front of them. Maddie Bishop gets it across half court. Bishop now surveying the land, back to Farah Blackbird to Goffer. Goffer kicks back out to Pretty for 2, in and out. And they're saying last touch here by to break. Lions going to retain possession here. Substitution coming in, Joanna Smith, or excuse me, Layla McKenzie coming in for the Falcons, number 10. Maddie Bishop set to inbound. Bishop to Farah. Thought about it. Farah drives in instead off the glass. No good on the attempt. Picked up by Sydney Deliri here of the Falcons. Final minute and a half of this game. Deliri with the moves. No good on the attempt. And last touch by Simone Wilson here, out of bounds by the Lions. Falcons trying to mount a comeback here in the fourth quarter. Had a close one against Mohawk last week, lost by 1 point. Joanna Smith inbounding to Karen to break as the Falcons trying to look for their first win. 9 seconds on the shot clock here. Layla McKenzie for 3, and no good on the attempt. Trying to cut the lead down to 4 with that one, no good. Brianna Pretty and the Lions now with it. Pretty, final minute left to play here. Stolen away here by the Falcons. Layla McKenzie drives in, and it's good. Banks it in, and they cut the lead down to 5. And stolen away now by the Falcons. Sydney Deliri. Back to Staubbaum here. Layla McKenzie for 3 and puts it in. And they cut the lead down to 2 with 40.2 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. And this bench has come alive here for the Falcons. And the final time, a timeout called here by the Falcons, their first here of the second half. And we are now down within 2 here. Lions trying to defend the Den here for their first regular season game here in the Den. And what a game it has been. Lions have led all game long, and this is the closest that we've seen it so far since the beginning of the game. Falcons have done a tremendous job on both ends of the floor here to get back into this one. And this should be an extremely interesting final 40.2 seconds left here of this one. Falcons hitting the floor, ready to go here. They're within 2. It is tense here in the den. Maddie Bishop set to inbound here for the Lions. Falcons have quite the fan section behind their bench here tonight. Pretty gets it across half court. Pretty to Bishop. To Farah. Back to Pretty. Pretty with 19 points to her name here this evening. Simone Wilson with a long 2 and puts it in. And now the Lions calling their final timeout of this one. And a huge basket by number 10, Simone Wilson, to increase the lead here to 4. Now for the Lions. Still a 2-possession game here, with enough time on the clock here for the Falcons to get back into this one. However, Janine Day, head coach of the Lions, using their final timeout. Falcons still have 1 left to use if they decide to do it. And don't forget, shortly after the conclusion of this one, we'll have the men's teams of both schools hit the floor here for the Lions men's team home opener this evening. And Falcons with possession here. It's a 2-possession game here. 21.3 seconds left here in the 4th. Lions trying to start their season 2-0. And the Falcons not making it easy for them. Layla McKenzie now with it to Joanna Smith. Smith trying to get around Pretty, loses the ball. Nearly stolen away, is stolen away by Pretty. Oh, and a hard foul here by Joanna Smith, but helps Pretty to her feet, as we heard an audible reaction from the crowd off that foul to Pretty. And that sends her to the line to shoot a couple free throws here for the Lions. Trying to close this one out here. 9.6 left to play. And even after the foul shots here by Pretty, Lions will retain possession. And she makes both. Lions ahead 57-51. And the Lions are going to look to hold on here for the final less than 10 seconds here in the 4th quarter. Lions are going to go 2-0 to start their season here. And for the first time, they defend the den here in this regular season. What a start for them, 2-0. And the Falcons fall to 0-2. Lions with a huge close win here in the den. And we will be back here next week on October 30th for another home game here. Don't miss it. And as I mentioned, don't go anywhere. We will see both men's teams hit the floor. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back with some more OCAA basketball action.